As most of you guys know, I go out as a snow princess and I perform. This is the sister of the Snow Queen. It's a really, I don't know if it's Nordic inspired, but it's definitely a traditional costume. And the character herself has a very, not, I don't want to say timid, but it's definitely not a very outgoing, like crazy looking makeup. So what I'm going to do is help you figure out how to do your makeup if you were to perform in this costume. This is a wig, clearly. If you get one of these, I advise the Kanakalan Japanese fibers, which are the best. You can use all sorts. You can use heat on them, straighteners. You can brush through it. It feels like hair, so you don't get like kids going, this is a wig. It's wonderful. Anyway, so to help you with this, sorry, there's a bit of a glare from the sun, so I'm trying to stay out of it. I'm going to use some MAC eyeshadows, which right here you can see. And it's a peachy with a gold shimmer and also a brown with a gold shimmer, so they look really neutral and natural, and but they're good quality and they have a nice glitter to them. So I don't know their actual names because for some reason MAC doesn't put the names on these little cards, which they should, but I know that it's A94 and A34 if that helps. So yeah, the first thing you're going to want to do is all your foundation and everything, so that's what I'm going to do. I can tell you what I use personally. I'm really light, so I use ivory almost everything, or like even lighter than ivory, porcelain, super crazy white. My concealer is Dream Lumi Touch by Maybelline New York. My foundation has an SPF 18 and it's Rimmel London. It's Match Perfection in ivory. And then I have Maybelline New York's Matte Maker, which is mattifying powder. If I choose to use a bronzer, it's by Makeup Academy. It's just cheap. It's just a cheap brown, honestly. There's nothing special to it. For my blush is a quad. You have to excuse the mess because I did another like glitter thing earlier, but it's all a quad. It's a light pink, a peachy pink, a super pink, and then a mauve, which you can use like under and like carving out your shapes and everything. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna just put on my foundation and not really talk while I do it because I'll speed through it so that you don't have to watch all of this. I'm going to do is blush, bronzer, and then the eyeshadow base. So we're going to start with blush, and I will show you. I have the quad, and she's very kind of peachy pink. So what I'm going to do is this bottom two, and on the apples, kind of that happy glow. You're kind of going for like the Heidi look here. I'm going to use my bronzer to go under here and just give kind of a, she has a very round shaped face, so you don't want to do too much, but just enough to give you a little bit of definition. You just tap this. It's really dark. If you think it's too dark, don't worry, because, sorry, the light's changing, we're in England, but if you think it's too dark, don't worry too much, because we're going to put the foundation back, not the foundation, sorry, the cover translucent powder over at the end, just to set everything again, because there's quite a lot going on. At this point, you can do that, and you just swirl your brush in. If you have a loose powder, it's better, but I don't right now. I just kind of rub it in everywhere. if you don't think you have enough blush, which right now it's not really enough to be caught on camera. If you want it to be on camera, you want to put a whole lot of everything on. If you are just going to be in person and not worried about it, then you don't put quite as much, but I'm going to go take some professional photos here in a while. So I'm just going to load up my brush and do just a little bit of extra. Now your eyeshadow. You can put your wig on later. Like normally I would put it on later, but I thought it was cute for this. The eyeshadow first. So you want to take an eyeshadow brush, which is like this one. And I start with my super light color, which is that peachy colored from MAC. I'm going to have to look up, if I look them up and find out what they are, I will put them on the link below so that you can see what they are and buy them or check them out or whatever. It's just on mac.com or .co.uk. So anyway, here we go. We have this peachy peach, which is such a pretty color. And just pop it right on there. Now normally I do like a cat eye shape, but because this character has roundy eyes, I don't. Instead, I just go straight over the ball of the eye. Straight over the eyeball. The ball of the eye. That makes sense, doesn't it? You can go up to your eyebrows if you want, because it's quite soft color. It's actually my skin color, pretty much, with just like glitter in it. And you can tell it's quite a sweet color. And then with the darker brown, I'm gonna kind of focus on bringing out the depth of the eye by going through the crease. Let's see if I can move that. There you go. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm not kidding you. I have just recorded this 2 times and it still keeps cutting out at the exact same point, which is how to do your eyeshadow. Instead of doing it all over again, I'm just gonna fit this in where it got lost. And what I'm going to tell you is just basically how to finish doing it, because you did get a little bit of the start and then it like gave up. So what you're going to do is take your eyeshadow brush, you're going to do the lighter matte color over the lid of the eye. Just the lids. You can go up to the eyebrow if you want, because it's a neutral color. You want pretty much like a light peach or skin tone. If you have darker skin, you're always going to want to lighten up a little bit because she has very pale skin. The next color that I use is like a brown gold, and I take that around the edges and into the crease, and I try to make this rounded instead of pointy, because while my eyes personally like the pointy look, the character's is not. So basically all you're going to do is go like this with your darker brown until it's about like mine is, which is a bit darker. The next part that you missed was how to do your eyeliner, and this is a little trick that I like, and I'll try to show you without my bangs in the way. You pull back your eye, not hard, don't like rip your skin or anything. Close your eye and you can see I have just teeny weeny little wing here, but when you release it, it just goes a little bit beyond the edge of your eye and up, kind of making them look circular, or like happy eyes as I call them. So you stretch it out, go from the edge and pull in, and then go back out along the lash line. And that's it. And then you do the same thing over here. I can't see how mine is. It might need a little touch up anyway. You go like this, and then you do the same going back out. And when you release, it pulls it into the corner of your eye, so you don't have a huge wing. It's not over the top. Basically, for the under eye, you want it darkest near the corner and then lighter as you move in. So you just rub it here, into the waterline, everything. As you pull in, you don't necessarily have to have it on the waterline. It's what works for you. The next thing that I do, just for the sake of looking authentic, is to color in my eyebrows the color of the wig. Now with the Snow Queen, obviously she has brown eyebrows and white hair. With the Snow Princess, she has reddish colored hair, reddish brown, with reddish brown eyebrows. So what I've done is my eyebrows are ash blonde, so I just take the same dark the same bronzer that I used before for under here and under my chin and all of that, and for all my chiseling. And instead I dip a little bit of a round brush into it, and I focus on putting that into my eyebrows. It's the same color as the hair, and so it looks like it's my natural hair. It can be one of the best ways to like authenticate the look of your wig. Wigs can look really fake. This one is beautiful, it's nice, it like feels real, but eventually it won't. It's synthetic and it's not human hair, and it will not last forever. So that's one of the good ways to really, you know, tie in the colors onto your hair. And then it also makes kids touch it less, because if they think it's fake, they're going to touch it and it's going to ruin your wig a lot faster. So that's really this wig hasn't seen as much use as the Snow Queen wig, I can guarantee you that. But yeah, that's the part you missed, and I'm going to let you go back to the rest of the video, which is the lipstick and everything. But I just digress. I needed to put this back in because the camera quit working and didn't tell me it quit working. It's good that way. I love technology. I'm just finishing the last round of mascara on the edges. This is the third coat, just to make it a little bit wider. And that's that. Now what you can do at this point is either you can decide that you want to have like a sheer lip gloss, because you don't necessarily need it to be like hot pink or anything. It's not like the Elsa inspired characters which have purple, you know, it can just be pink. It's just a bit like cold kissed lips, like, you know, when you're out in the frost and you're in the cold and it's so chilly. I don't know, you get kind of a purpley pink, but not quite. So what I do is I have this pink, which is a color trend by Avon, and it is called Amethyst, and yes, you would think that is purple, but it is not. So what we do, I just lightly tap it on because I don't want it as dark as when I do the other characters. Rub together, and it's very pretty, but it's really pale, so you don't have to worry about that either. Again, this is a really, really nice look. Like, you can go out and have fun and take off this costume and you'll be great. Anyway, here's a little, let's see if I can stand up if you can see me. It's really cute. There's not a whole lot to it. It's basically normal makeup, which is great. Have fun, give it a try, show me your pictures. I love to see what you guys come up with. Talk to you later. Bye!